Hello everyone, welcome to Let's Talk Tobago. I'm Amadara Mills. In this week's episode, we're doing things a little different. We're coming to you from the Center of Excellence, Macoya, Trinidad, at the Trade and Investment Convention, TIC 2022. So join us as we bring you all the highlights of Tobago's participation at this 3-day business expo. Besides the actual convention, Tobago had a significant role to play in the opening ceremony. The Chief Secretary, Honorable Fali Augustine, was also present. Take a look.
Stop your phone, Mr. Fiddler. Oh, hi. All good things must come to an end. But this not where the story close, but where it been. Are we resolute that Tobago ready for invest and connect? All the sectors that been dormant, are we resurrect? The non-traditional fractions of the economy have proven to be of good importance. That is why we have pushed them to be in a place of sustainable resonance. That is what AWE is all about. Sustainability, direct investment, and trade. Because we products and services don't exceed the passing grade. But let me not keep all here no longer. Just find a Tobago booth and discuss how you could partner. So on your mark, ready, get set, go! Immerse yourself and invest in a Tobago. Track your bow, Mr. Fiddler.
TIC is a catalyst that generates business opportunities, especially for firms in the non-energy business community of TNT. This year, the convention will be celebrating its 23rd year as the region's largest business-to-business event. Significantly, it will be the first physical TIC being held in 2 years, and the fitting theme is Business Resilience. The event represents an assembly and celebration of participants who have demonstrated flexibility, dynamism, and resilience in business.
TIC, the Trade and Investment Convention that we have every single year, barring COVID, provides opportunities through which businesses, local, regionally, and foreign businesses, can actually collaborate with each other, share knowledge, and partner with each other. That's the biggest opportunity coming out of TIC that you should not miss this time around. For us in Tobago, we wanted to show up this year, just like every other year, but we wanted to show up in an even bigger presence this year. And so I am proud to say that Tobago, as a singular unit, will be managing the single largest block within the convention space. And that's because we were purposeful in saying this is an investment that we wish to make for our small and micro enterprises on the island of Tobago. We have also recognized that we have to look beyond the usual things we seek to trade and begin to look at, for example, the creative sector. And I'm sure you observed the dancers, the speech band members. They are part of what Tobago wishes to offer to the world and that Tobago wishes to monetize. And we hear all this fancy talk about the orange economy, but we have to invest more in the creatives in order to earn from them.
The Trinidad and Tobago Manufacturers Association must be commended for developing this invaluable platform which brings together manufacturers, service providers, buyers, distributors, financial institutions, investors and regulatory agencies. Your success has positioned the Trade and Investment Convention as the Caribbean's premier business-to-business trade show. This year's theme, Business Resilience, is quite appropriate. Resilience is key to not only recovering but doing so quickly, but also to maintaining the flexibility and perseverance to thrive and developing the capacity to expand and adapt to disruptions and threats that will come in some shape or another in the future.
Lend me a part to play, to bring it. Lend me a part to play like we. To bring it, lend me a part. Hey, to bring it, lend me a part to play. I said, lend me a part to play, sing like we. Yes, mom. To bring it, lend me a part to play. To bring it, lend me a part to play like we.
Can you give us an idea in terms of probably the number of exhibitors, the number of visitors that an event like TIC could possibly have or has had over the years?
The last time it was physically done, they had on average over 17,000 visitors to the exhibition. So it's pretty big. This year, for example, there are about over 30 countries represented at this TIC, of which Tobago is a part.
And that means, Tobago being a part is a lot of potential for our businesses and, various business deals and so.
Yes.
So can you elaborate a little bit more on the objectives, the benefits for the Tobago contingent that's down at TIC?
Right. So specific to this year, our Chief Secretary has the vision of putting Tobago out there. So we are under a theme of connecting, investing and activating investment in the Tobago economy specifically. With that in mind, we have some of the larger entities displaying at TIC this year, including Studley Park. You have the Tobago Performing Arts Company, which brings a different dimension to the whole TIC experience. You also have TADCO, which is the Tobago Agribusiness Development Company that incorporates a whole lot of different Tobago products and brings some of the smaller producers, the products of the smaller producers, under the TADCO brand. So where we are focusing on providing alternatives where food security is concerned, it positions TADCO to be able to take advantage of that. You also have, well, I mentioned Studley Park already, you have the Shore Park Complex, you have the Tobago Information Technology Limited, where they have already started engaging the Trinidad markets with some of their products. You have the Medical Life Alert device that they can use. They also have different technology products that can not only compete but really establish Tobago as a possibility for the BPO market. And we also interact with InvestTT, and they will tell you that the BPO market, business process outsourcing, the call centers, and we know 211 is famous. That is one of the hottest areas in investments in the whole regional investment push right now. So we have a mix of that, and we also have the SMEs who have come to TIC over the years and have gained, where you now have entities receiving contracts regionally like Tobago Media Concepts. They have engaged regionally over the years as a result of being at TIC. You have persons like Keston Pope from Savor the Isle Punches, who now has his products in extra food supermarkets and some of the larger chains. You have JMac Industries, who does the support brand label. They have also been part of the Trinidad markets in a big way, and now we are looking for regional distribution contracts for them. So there's a lot of activity that will happen as a result of TIC. We've been here, this is the second day of TIC, and already we have results that we're going to look to cement that you will hear in the Tobago space about some of the successes that these young people are having. We also have the Tom Tom's local confectionery, and I know everybody knows that Tobago is famous where sweets are concerned. Now we have the sweets packaged in such a way through a collaboration with the Ministry of Trade and the Export Booster Initiative that Tom Tom's has been able to benefit, change their packaging, change their formulation, come up with the recipes and stuff, that now these sweets, these Tobago sweets, can go out to the international markets and still be fresh, relevant, and able for months on end. So the possibilities are endless, the potential is there, and we look forward to taking advantage of it.
Well, thank you very much, Tricia, for giving us that wonderful overview of TIC, as well as, the benefits that it has for Tobago. So we're now going to take a look and, interview some of the businesses that are present in the Invest Tobago booth. So come along with us. How do you feel, Cassie, about being able to showcase, your pieces here at TIC?
Well, I must say it's a very good opportunity, and when you get an opportunity, you grasp at it. It's all about being exposed, the exposure.
And could you tell us, in general, would you have gone and visited any of the booths here at Invest Tobago?
I started visiting, yes, and there's more to explore, I must say.
Now, from what you would have seen here, what do you think about the presentations and the Tobago businesses and services that are participating at TIC?
Actually, I am impressed. I already bought some stuff that I started eating already, and I have some in my bag to continue eating. So it's good. Good.
Well, I hope you will try the fudge from Tom Tom's local confectionery. I hear that is a very, a #1 seller for that business.
Well, actually, I bought the tambran, and it's on point.
Okay, all right, so that's great to hear. Our local, entrepreneurs, whether it's clothing design, whether it's culture, whether it's our goods and services, we are here and, telling Trinidad that come invest in Tobago. You've been here before. Tell us how many times you've been to TIC and what has the experience like, for you in the past?
To be quite honest, I cannot remember if it's 3 or 4 times I've been here already, but I've been here quite a bit. And it's always an amazing opportunity for the exposure, to get brand recognition. And coming out of this, I normally get like a lot of person who would be interested in wholesaling the products and stuff like that. So it really is a good experience.
We have laundry detergent. We have multi-purpose cleaner. We have 2 fragrances in the multi-purpose cleaner. We have lavender. We also have a car wash. We have hand soap, and we have dishwashing liquid. All made in Orange Hill Trace in Tobago.
Okay, so coming directly from Tobago, that's really great. Tell us, is this your first time here at TIC, and what has your experience been like so far?
Oh yes, this is definitely my first time, because my boss, which is Mr. Edward Jones, he was actually here in 2019, and it's been phenomenal. I'm really, really excited, and I'm so glad that we're able to actually market our product here. So we're grateful that we're here again at TIC.
And do you have any expectations? I know this is just, the second day. Any expectations, from yesterday, your experience yesterday going into tomorrow, that kind of thing?
Oh yes, I'm actually looking forward to more customers, and the idea that we're actually getting business owners coming and asking about wholesaling and stuff. So my aim and my expectations is actually to get our product into Trinidad, into all the different markets, supermarkets, drugstores and so forth.
Well, for me personally, I have turned into a seasoned trade and investment convention participant, and as an exhibitor over the past 4 years, because this is our fourth time. Over the past 4 years, we have been so successful. Each time we get here, there are specific clients that continuously come looking for us to give them or provide them a certain type of service that they couldn't get from some of the other service providers in Trinidad and more so in Tobago. This year for sure, what we did, because of the strategies that we used to get the type of clients that we're looking for in this convention, as early as Thursday morning, yesterday morning, within the first hour, hour and a half, we were successful. And this is the type of, it's not just a money making event, but it's a developmental event for me as an individual and for the company Tobago Media Concept.
It has been awesome. For the first time out, it has been awesome. To tell you the truth, I can pack up and go. Because the reason why I say that is that the type of networking that I was able to establish at this event have been really awesome. The support given by the Chief Secretary as well as the large company owners that are present here have made it a really success.
TIC had opened up a lot of opportunities and market, not just in Trinidad but outside Trinidad. So for example, this year, due to the COVID, one of our main purpose being here is to actually reconnect with our existing suppliers, existing customers, and also look at other potential market outside of Trinidad. So far since we here up to the boat was a business owner from Barbados who had interest in our product. So, they came right knowing what they're going for, looking for, and there is something for we to continue after the event.
This is our first time at TIC. It's excellent. We are able to meet people like Miss Minister Gopi Schoon. That was an excellent opportunity for me. We wish to expand the customer base to other businesses in Trinidad, and for now that's going excellent.
Can I ask, in terms of the visitor response to this booth here, tell us how has that been like?
Magnificent, unbelievable, mind-blowing. Some of the customers from yesterday already came back today.
Mr. Prince, any final words on the expectations you experience here at TIC so far?
Well, the breakthrough that we are looking for is most of the groceries, like Massey and the other big stores in Trinidad, that they will be here and they will be able to share the experience with us and even taste our product and realize that we are the best. As I said before, strictly the best. Our packaging just gives us a notch above the rest.
So we have here with us Mr. Kevon McKenna. He's the Deputy Chairman of the Tobago October Carnival Committee, but you also were able to view the booths that many Tobago businesses as well as some state agencies have here today. What are your thoughts on our presentation so far?
I'm quite impressed. I had the opportunity to sneak a piece of cassava cake from Tadco. You have to try it, guys. The cake lashing. I also sampled the coffee rum cream from Savour Isle. That was really impressive. So those two items, I think I'm sold on those.
Absolutely promising. It's wonderful. My favorite booth, of course, is this one with the flowers because they make the mix. The cake is divine and the korma is great. And then we had the natural beet and cassava korma there. I met with the guys selling the wines. I mean, it's incredible. I didn't realize all this is in Tobago. And I checked out the handbags from Osani. The quality is so amazing. That belongs on Fifth Avenue. It's so great. The colors, the material, lovely, lovely. I'm very impressed. And we go to Tobago for the island pool and for Stormy and Pigeon Point. But this is why people should be in Tobago too. All these wonderful products. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Tell us, you just walked through the booth with your daughter. Tell us, what are your thoughts on the Tobago presentation?
I was so proud of my Tobago booth, the booths here. And the funny thing, yes, I'm in Tobago, but coming here, it gives me a totally different perspective in terms of what it is we have to offer on the island. And we have a lot to offer, and it's so varied. The artisans here, as well as the technology, as well as the culture. I think this will be a very big
For me, it was very surprising. I think that it's a good insight for Tobago to actually have a presence here at the TIC. I think it's very well put together. I really enjoyed it. I think it's very colorful, and I can see the engagement and I can see the excitement here. and I think that it will do well.
That Tobago has been very innovative and very proactive in using a lot of locally produced, grown and manufacturers as well. And it's a big showcase for Tobago because it's just more than the traditional Benny balls and the tulum and the whatever. You know, you have the dashing cereal and the pumpkin or waffle mixes and the beetroot korma and what have you. And I mean, it actually shows the sort of innovative people we have within our islands.
Besides the Tobago-based businesses which have been supported by the THA, there were several state agencies. They include the Tobago Agribusiness Development Company, the Studley Park Enterprise Limited, the Tobago Information Technology Limited, the Tobago Festivals Commission, the Tobago Performing Arts Company, and the Shore Park Complex.
The Tobago Information Technology Limited, it's a special purpose organization under the Department of Education. Our main focus is service, right? So what we normally do there, we do business process outsourcing, where we provide service, whatever service it is that any organization would like to have. We are in a position to provide that to them. We are here to advertise or put our business out there so persons may now be aware of the services provided by our organization and how best we can assist them in improving, because our mandate is improving ICT technology in Tobago, but not just limiting it to Tobago but to the region.
And can you give us an idea of the products and services offered by TADCO?
So TADCO recently launched its line of organic gluten-free products. We have about 8 products that we have on display, which includes waffle mixes, pancake mix, fruit cake, kurma, and many other value-added items derived from alternative flour, from our root crops such as dasheen, sweet potato, and stuff like that, cassava and so on.
What has the customer response been like to the products, you know, that's offered by TADCO? Because I know a lot of customers, a lot of buyers and so were passing through at the TADCO booth.
Well, today, not only customers were interested, but also investors and distributors. So we had a really overwhelming reception. Persons are very interested in all our products, and particularly they like that it's basically eco-friendly and healthy.
You know, what I was very impressed with is the display that you all have here, which is really, really impressive in terms of all the displays here at the Tobago booth in West Tobago. So can you tell us a little bit about how you all would have decided to do this display?
Well, what we wanted to have done is that we wanted to have a piece of the quarry here at TIC, right? So essentially, we created one of our major plants that we process the material through the process of crushing, right? So what you see here are the various sizes of the material, the end product, or the end product of each of the materials that is sold to the customer in Tobago.
Can you give us, in terms of the response from, you know, those who are the visitors to the booths, you know, what has the foot traffic been like for, you know, the Studley Park Enterprise Limited?
It's been busy. It's been very, very, very busy, right? We have a lot of offers. We are networking with many of our existing suppliers, and we are inviting new customers into the game of Studley Park, right? We want to make Studley Park the most productive entity in Tobago for revenue, for foreign exchange revenue, especially because, as you should know, we have our Barbados Bay jetty facility that we utilize for export, right? And we are drumming up a lot of clientele here at TIC. It's working for us. We are happy to be here.
And can you tell us, in terms of the Tobago Tourism Agency coming to TIC, you know, why is this important?
It's been very important for us to reach out to the Trinidad people, and it's been amazing. We've had very busy stand. They're very interested in Tobago. They're very interested in the carnival. Look at the display here. I think we've been the busiest part of the show. Every time I've gone to look around, our stand has been busiest.
Now, the Tobago Festivals Commission is one of the state companies that's down at TIC. Tell us, what the significance of this for the Festivals Commission.
So cultural expression is very important to Tobago. It's one of the things that Tobago is known for, and Tobago is currently, we wanted Tobago to be known as the greatest little island in the world actually. And basically what we want to do is market the destination as a cultural destination. We have so many cultural events and activities that people could come and take part in and come and look at and actually learn about the culture and learn about the indigenous events in Tobago. And it's important for sponsors and partners to get involved with that, because they would also be the ones to elevate the culture and to also allow persons around the world, around the globe, to learn about the Tobago Festivals Commission and also learn about the island of Tobago.
What are the services provided by the Shore Park Complex?
Well, the Shore Park Complex is the mecca of all performing arts and events for the island of Tobago, and actually the largest venue in the Caribbean. And we host a series of conferences, meetings, training, and of course concerts and events. Shore Park being here is very significant for us because it gives us an opportunity to diversify our clientele, widen our base, and start to now put Shore Park on the map internationally, locally as in Trinidad, and even more regionally. We want to be able to now bring more foreign exchange to Tobago by booking the facility and getting more foreign clientele coming to the island that will boost the tourism product as well.
Right. And today, we had a lot of foot traffic in the Tobago space here. Tell us, what has it been like for the visitors to the Shore Park Complex booth?
Well, we have actually gotten bookings. We walked away today only with 10 bookings thus far. So I think we have already started making some headway in terms of putting the space out there and getting people interested in this space. And I think we did well today.
Right. And Mrs. Charles Pantin, what are your thoughts on the Tobago-based businesses that you've interacted with? Because I saw you were talking with Osani Designs. What's your experience been like?
Okay, well, people who know me know I love scents, right? People who know me, they know I love to buy natural soaps, wax candles. So I easily gravitated to Osani at first, right? And I'm impressed by the quality products that Osani has. But I must mention the Tobago Agribusiness Development Company, which is a company that falls under my division. I am so pleased with the presentation of the products coming out from the local agro-processors. And I want the Begonians to come out in Tobago. We have them in the groceries, right? Come out, sample the products, not sample, buy the products, support your products. I am doing it, and I enjoy every single product coming out of TADCO. And so far we are representing Tobago in a big way, right? We're going across the region. We're about to embark on so many initiatives, including exporting flowers in the ton, different flowers in the ton. So come out and just be an ambassador for Tobago.
Tobago has, by comparison, when you look around this space, Tobago has much better products, much better packaging, higher quality than many others. What we ought to do now is to spend some time finding source markets, helping the producers move their products from where they are now all the way to end users beyond the Tobago space, which means that the THA has to spend some of its resources on fine-tuning the supply chain for these SMEs and just getting them in markets outside of the Tobago space. It's about ensuring that Tobago's development can be driven internally by the income we earn of ourselves outside of what we get through the channel with the central government. That we are entitled to, the 4.03% to the 6.9%. But outside of that, if Tobago's development has to be driven in a real way, in a substantial way, what has to absolutely happen is that we have to push our state companies, 211 included, to become much more profitable. That will reduce the amount of subventions the THA have to give to them, but in reverse, they can earn monies that can now go back into capital development for Tobago.
That's it for this special edition of Let's Talk Tobago. Thanks for staying with us as we brought you the Tobago aspect of this year's TIC happenings. As usual, you can email us with your comments or queries about the program. Visit our website, like our Office of the Chief Secretary Facebook page, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. From our house to yours, I'm Amadara Mills, wishing you a very safe and productive week.
Come here. Come here, Julia. Dad. Yeah. What are you doing? What are you doing? Let me go down. Come on. Come on. I better record on the billboard, please.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning. Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning. Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
No, real.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Good morning, viewers. Good morning, viewers. Oh, yes, it's that kind of energy in studio, folks. It's Thursday, the 8th of September 2022, and this is the Tobago Updates morning show coming to you here live from the Port Mall in Scarborough. As we continue to give God thanks for life, I am Julian Skeet. And yes, folks, going solo for a bit this week. But looking forward to Ria should be back with us in a few days. Yes, Ria, that rest and relaxation is slowly winding down, and we're looking forward to the energized return of Ria Richardson George to join us on set here. Viewers, we want to thank you so much for the continued love and support for the Tobago Updates morning show. And today, just to give you some quick information and highlights, yes, folks, it's on today in the Castara area. In fact, there's been an advisory put out indicating by the division that the roadway is going to be temporarily opened all day today, just as a gentle reminder for those heading to the north side in Castara, so that you'll have the opportunity to access the 60th anniversary celebration activities taking place, and that will be the combination of the Castara Youth Fishing Tournament that takes place today. And the youth fishing tournament is courtesy the Division of Community Development, Youth Development and Sport. There's the youth fishing tournament taking place from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. today. And then from the youth fishing tournament, we head on to Conchas Castara from 7 p.m. All right, so just a reminder again, the youth fishing tournament takes place at the Castara Beach facility today from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. and there'll be a number of activities taking place for persons to participate in and enjoy. These were the initial activities scheduled for last week, Tuesday, following the independence. And as you would recall, due to the challenges, urgent situation on the north side, there would have been some changes and switching these activities to this Thursday. So therefore, today is the day to be in Castara, but of course, drivers are advised, please be very cautious, even as you use the roadways heading in that direction. All right, viewers and listeners, we head on over to news in 90 seconds with Candice.
Thank you, Julian. I am Candice Jackson, and here is your news in 90 seconds for Thursday, 8 August 2022. Political leader of Unity of the People, Nkosi Phillips, accused Secretary of Education, Research and Technology, Zorisha Hackett, of continuing the blame game. According to Phillips, since the PDP entered leadership of the Tobago House of Assembly, they continue to shift blame and not take responsibility for slip-ups under their tenure. The latest example was Hackett blaming public servants for delays in the awarding of contracts to begin school repair works on time. As a result, not all works were completed and some schools experienced disruptions at the start of the new school term. On to some other news. Minister of Social Development, Nick Cox, warned that human traffickers are using social media to trap young people and adults. While addressing the launch of Heal, Empower, Rise Counter-Trafficking in Persons project, Minister Cox explained that with the increased integration of social media in society, many people are being lured away by unscrupulous individuals. She called for vigilance and urged citizens to report any suspicious activity to the police. Meanwhile, the minister in the office of the Prime Minister, Ayanna Webster Roy, said a shelter was being established for migrant women who are victims of human trafficking. And also, the Commission of Inquiry began working on investigations into the death of 4 scuba divers who worked on a pipeline at the Paria Fuel Trading Company in February. The inquiry began yesterday, but the chairman of the commission, Queen's Counsel Jerome Lynch, did not immediately begin hearing witness testimony because he needed to address several procedural issues that were causing delays. He explained that the commission was not given basic stationery supplies or other resources to get started on their work. Additionally, he said time was lost when the former commissioner resigned. However, Lynch assured that they will do all within their power to push ahead with the inquiry. And that was in news in 90 seconds. It is back to you, Julian.
Thank you so much there, Candice, for bringing us the news. Viewers, yes, Tuesday the 8th of September, and we're getting closer to Friday, the end of the work week. And at this point, we head on into our birthday celebrations. Birthdays. A long lineup happening this morning. And we begin this morning with Walt Reed. Wishing you a happy birthday, Walt Reed. We trust that you have an enjoyable day out there. We're sending birthday shout-outs to Lenasha Nichols. Lenasha Nichols, happy birthday to you, Lenasha. Our very own superstar here in the Tobago space and the entertainment industry, Yolanda Job Thomas. It's your day, it's your birthday. Happy birthday going out to Yolanda Job Thomas. And we're sending birthday shout-outs to Lindy Boucher. Lindy Boucher, wishing you a happy birthday, Lindy Boucher. Birthday shout-outs to Karimu Caesar. Yes, that's my cousin out there, Karimu Caesar. Trust that you have an enjoyable day today and God's continued blessings. We've got on screen with us Kahia Wilson. So we're sending birthday shout-outs to Kahia Wilson. My very own colleague out there in youth development, Jamelia Nichols. This is your day. Jamelia Nichols, wishing you a happy birthday. Trust that you have an enjoyable celebration. And this young lady on screen with us, some of you may have, just in case you don't recognize her behind that mask, it's the principal of Bishop's High School, Principal Ramnarayan, Cindy Ramnarayan. And we want to wish Principal Cindy Ramnarayan a happy birthday, coming from the entire Tobago Updates family. And here she is on screen, and this would have been the visit of the Chief Secretary earlier in this year. Principal Cindy Ramnarayan of Bishop's High School, we're wishing you a happy birthday, coming from the Tobago Updates family. And we're also sending birthday shout-outs. On screen with us now, Deontay Jack. Deontay Jack, wishing you a happy birthday this morning, Deontay Jack. And we want to wish each and every one, all of you that we would have had on the lineup, and in fact, any of you out there viewing at this point and celebrating a birthday today, we want to wish you a very happy birthday coming from the Tobago Updates family. Viewers, we want to thank you so much. It is Thursday, the 8th of September, 2022. And this is our opportunity again to remind you that today is a day for Castara. The 60th anniversary celebrations, initially carded for last week, Tuesday the 1st, has now would have been rescheduled or postponed and takes place today, Tuesday the 8th. As a reminder for those worrying, for today only, there has been an advisory that came out indicating that the roadway heading to Castara in terms of the north side would be open all day today, for today only. Will return to the limited hours from tomorrow, Friday, but for today only, it's open all day to facilitate the movement of traffic into and out of Castara. And as I indicated, from 9 a.m. today, we have the Castara Youth Fishing Tournament taking place for the entire day until 3. A number of activities to engage the general public and the participants in terms of participating in the youth fishing tournament, a number of giveaways and so on. And then we head from there straight on into Conscious Castara later on in the evening from 7 p.m. So it's a full day of activities, and of course that connects with the usual Thursday bonfire activities in Castara. So for today, Thursday the 8th, it's time to head to the north side in Castara, where all the activities will be happening. The Castara bonfire event and the youth fishing tournament. All right, viewers, we want to continue to thank you so much for the love and support. At this point, I want to give you a gentle reminder and to also thank our sponsors on board. One of our sponsors this morning, wardrobe is courtesy Checkpoint, and that's Checkpoint located at Upper Main Street in Scarborough, Checkpoint 639-5148. So remember to check Checkpoint located at Upper Main Street in Scarborough. For all those viewers on Gael and M&E TV, we want to thank you so much for tuning in this morning and choosing the Tobago Updates morning show. And for those of you listening to us on Smash Radio and Street 91.9 FM, we also want to thank you for tuning in. And those connecting with us via social media, we thank you for the continued love and support. And to remind you that this is your opportunity to share the live, share the live, share the live.
Live, the concert.
Says our destiny.
Friday, 23rd September.
The night before Republic Day.
She says our destiny to get next to me.
At the concert capital, the Queen's Park, Savannah.
Live, the concert. Mavado and his full band.
Excel Spa by Haley, where our highly trained staff are ready to deliver the top-class services in facial massages, waxing, nail enhancement and body treatment. We are ideally located at Coco Avenue, Switzerland, Tobago. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, TripAdvisor, or you can call us on 730-0149. Excel Spa by Haley. Relax, renew, and rejuvenate.
You're moving your ways.
Entertainment. Yes, we're bringing it to you. Tobago Updates. It's all about the new entertainment show. The VIP experience hosted by your boy, Snoopy. Tune in every Wednesday from 8 p.m. and on Saturday mornings at 9 a.m. We're bringing to you the best Tobago has to offer. We're showcasing interviews, music, and everything that is fun. So join me on Tobago Updates for the VIP experience. Yeah, man.
Watch how you're backing back on me. Like about to overload. Watch them sexy Bego woman. Beauty from head to toes in the sun. Skin food don't need no lotion.
If you see or know about a crime, report a crime safely and anonymously. Call 800-TIPS. Help stop crime. You can play your part safely and anonymously. Report a crime. Earn a reward. Call 800-TIPS. Help stop crime. Be a hero. Champion. Fearless citizen. Be a crime stopper safely and anonymously. Call 800-TIPS. Help stop crime.
Everybody only worrying. Never ever worry, don't mind how things looking hard. I tell them never ever worry, if your life can't get damaged bad. I tell them never ever worry, what I'm saying is true. So just consider, Tatil is always right here for you. I tell them never ever worry, don't mind if life make you sad. I tell them never ever worry, if your house get flooded out real bad. I tell them never ever worry, what I'm saying is true. So just consider, Tatil is always right here for you. I tell them never ever worry, if sickness catch you off guard. I tell them never ever worry, if times fall on you real hard. I tell them never ever worry, what I'm saying is true. So just consider, Tatil will always be here for you. Never worry about a thing. Tatil, where people are people. You know what I mean.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning. Good morning,
Good morning, viewers, and welcome back to the Tobago Updates morning show, coming to you here live from the Port Mall in Scarborough. In this segment, viewers, we are chatting with Kevon McKenna, and Deputy Chair for the Tobago Planning Committee for Carnival 2022. And this is our opportunity as we head on into one of the main events happening on Saturday, which is the launch that's happening open to the public for Carnival 2022, and to get some general updates in terms of the happenings. Morning, Kevon McKenna.
Good morning to Tobago Updates, all those who are viewing at home and those who are listening on 91.9.
Yes, 91.9 and Smash Radio. As we get started this morning, give us the general feel and energy out there, response, having had, I think, just up to about a few weeks ago, the media launch before we head on into what's taking place on Saturday.
Well, we started with the media launch. Of course, that would have been the launch of the social media, the pages, and basically the calendar of activities, persons were clamoring for. So now that information is out. And now we move on to the bigger things. We move on to the Bago Jam. The Bago Jam, of course, is being planned and facilitated by the Tobago Festivals Commission, the TPAC, the TTAL, and of course the Carnival Committee. Bago Jam is basically a concert where you will see featuring all the elements of Carnival. So you'll have the calypso, you'll have the soca, you will have the steel pan. Just to name a few of the artists for the local, from Tobago itself, we have Adana, we have Sherwin, we have Stephanie Joseph, we have Shamika Joseph, and if you know, you have Shamika Denoon. And if you know Shamika, she just won the calypso title.
Correct.
And she's everything that is culture. She even have her own Juve band this year. She's trying the Juve band. She's trying her hand at mass band. And I think that is really good. And she's quite entertaining on stage. So for me, I would actually be looking forward to see what Shamika Denoon presents, especially on that stage on Saturday. And even the lady who could dress up and imitate Lord Nelson, Miss Leslie Ann Ellis. Shout out to Miss Ellis as well. We also have a guy by the name of Desire. He sang a Tobago Carnival song as well, which you would love. We have performances from Zante Dance Group and even the Steel Pan coming out from the East. So we are well prepared. And these people are backed by the A-Team Band. We have Kess, we have the Water Lord, and even Farmer Nappy. And what is important about this is, it is free. It is free.
So the event is free and it takes place on the Saturday, the 10th of September. Yes. What time does the event get started?
We start in early. We start at 5 p.m. and I'm telling you all, come early. As they say, the early bird catches the worm. There will be some surprises. So come early, 5 o'clock. Make sure when you leave work, don't bother to go home. Just head down the road one time. There will be little drinks on sale. There'll be vendors. So you can get your food and everything. Come early. 5 o'clock is the start time. Come early because we ain't going no late time.
So for those who would have been part of these snippets coming out from the media launch, as compared to this Bago Jam open to the general public. Tell us some of the differences that we can expect in terms of the variation.
Well, the media launch was a small, compact a capsule of what is to come, and the Bago Jam basically now takes off that, it opens the door. So that's where you'll get the performances and you'll get to see some of our local people giving them that grand stage performance. Parking, one of the things of coming early is you'll get parking. There is parking available at the facility for persons who are coming early.
All right. We note that there has also been a call from Tobago Carnival in relation to getting your section and registration. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, the social media pages are up. Welcome Tobago, the Facebook page, and on Instagram as Welcome Tobago, and our website, welcometobago.com. So if you go there, you would see we have a number of bands listed. We have started registration. Registration will close on the 19th. So far, I can tell you we have about 14 mass bands, pretty mass bands registered. And for Juve, we have at least 17 Juve bands registered. Right? So bands get registered. People, if you have to collaborate, there is still time. So we are moving forward.
All right. So, and that's the combination of those participating in the Juve, the night mass, and the parade of bands.
Well, night mass is also, we're doing some registration for that as well. I think so far we are close to about 10 bands as well. So the registration is really looking good. You are definitely seeing the interest. For me, even from the committee stage, we have seen a improvement, because I remember persons were saying, if we have to play mass, we want a particular type of costume, and we are really seeing the mass fraternity making that change in their offerings. I saw the launch of Astra Winchester over the weekend, and I think she really she was listening, because she had stuff to cover. And I know persons concerned. We don't want everything outside, and she really catered for that demographic. I think that is really good. I also saw there's a Masternet and Associates also launched a couple of days ago as well, and she also has a good offering as well. So there is a plethora of options to choose from.
All right. We've also seen a call going out for volunteers for Tobago Carnival. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, as the event continues to build out, you will need help. It's an opportunity for persons to come and gain experience. Some training will be facilitated for persons in doing the volunteer from the TTHTI. But I'm sure I wouldn't want to steal all the thunder. So the chairman of the committee will be on, I'm sure, at some point, and she'll be able to go in depth of and tell you how that training is going to be built out and facilitate. So it's really about human capacity development while you get that industry experience in working in that type of carnival type event.
So the idea would be volunteers for the weekend itself, or in the lead up?
Well, it's
going to be a combination.
It'll be a combination, because you also have the secretariat, which may need volunteers as it gets closer. You may need, if you're going to events, for example, you will have your research team may have to do your visitor exit surveys, so they may need persons to attend certain events to take that data over a 2 weeks period. So it's wide.
All right. As you mentioned, secretariat, tell us about location, access, contact info, because we would have been made to understand that there has been the opening of a Tobago Carnival in terms of the office operations.
Yes. So the secretariat is located at Shore Park, and it is open from 8 to 4, Monday to Friday. And this is facilitated for now is the registration. We also have promoters who require some level of assistance. So we to also send in their proposal. Mass bands would also be getting assistance. They are getting assistance through trucks. We'll be paying for the music. THA has agreed to pay for the music trucks and providing security for them on the road. Right? Promoters, they will try to assist them in probably the area of security, fencing. Those are the 2 areas I think for them they have asked for. So we are trying our best to help as much as possible.
So I know normally, because it is competitive, band leaders and are usually it's very crucial and very important in that sense to keep the general public from the viewing perspective. And I don't know, people get excited and into the hype and everybody want to jump in. The fact that it's not competitive, will there be any elements where that will be relaxed a bit, or the idea is to have it rigid along the route so that the general public and viewers remain on one end, versus those who have made a determination and are participating in the sections?
Well, playing mass is a privilege, and it's a privilege that one must be allowed to enjoy without some of the moderation. So if you're spending your money to play mass, you may want to be in that confines and feel secure. So that is what they are playing for. The security will do their jobs to ensure. So if you want to go and jump up behind anybody in the band, then spend your money.
All right. Tell us as well, we see coming out day after day and sometimes twice a day, the launch of events. I was in, as I was in conversation this morning with our team here, marketing, and in between treating with makeup and so on, and the discussion was happening. It seems like so much is happening in Tobago, one after the other. What's the feel of the Tobago Carnival Planning Committee as it all comes together?
Well, from the committee standpoint, we actually would have asked that we do a month of activities calendar, and that would help energize the space. And in doing that, it really has energized the space. Events coming is good, and what is going to happen now is the competition is on and persons will search for the type of event you want. I'm liking the variation. I see a number of boat rides coming up. You see a mixture of a number of local promoters. You see one or two Trinidad promoters. So it's good, it's exciting. For me, right now I'm looking for clothes because, I mean, you have to try to attend at least, I would say, a little 30 events. The month of October is going to be good enough because you want to really see, you want to go on this boat ride, you want to go to a DXL event, you want to go to a Dynasty event. We get in there.
So, and tell us as well, some persons have been successful in terms of securing flights and travel via the boat. What's the situation on that and efforts on the part of the committee, to really kind of encourage? I know there were calls in terms of the schedule for the boat for October coming out. As early as possible. Any updates in those areas?
Well, I know we would have extra sailings would have been put on. So for the boat, I think kind of a little okay there. However, the flights still remain a work in progress. I know the Secretary for Tourism, Ms. Boris, is working on that, and I think when an update is there, she would come on, or the Assistant Secretary, and give an update where that is concerned.
All right. So again, before we wrap this morning's interview, anything else you want to share with the public, or tell us a little bit about, I know the concept or the push in terms of the difference with Tobago Carnival 2022. Mud is life playing a very critical role. Just as you head out in the region and there is Jab and there's the different festivals in that's Grenada, and then you have Suriname and Barbados has cropped over. The focus of Tobago seems to be, it's going to be centered around that, what we have enjoyed and done so well for years in terms of Mud is life. Any little insight into that?
Well, yeah, because
I've been asking me what to expect with that Juve morning and heading in skis.
Juve is just going to be crazy. It's going to be off the chains. But one of the things that you must look at when you're in the carnival industry or even marketing any product or service is what makes you different. What is your unique identity? And one of the things that separates Tobago is three things, basically. One is it separates our carnival from any other carnival. Grenada has Jab Jab. Trinidad, you can say, have the Pretty Mass. Tobago, we'll have the Pretty Mass, yes, but we need to go a little bit more. We need to drill down. And with that, mud is something that really identifies us. We have the largest mud band probably in the world, and it's something that is really a spectacle for persons to enjoy. And I know persons are getting confused in terms of modern mud. Modern mud is putting on mud. It's just a band putting on mud. So it doesn't stop any other band who wants to do a mud display can also do a mud display. So mud separates us in one end. Our sites and attractions separates us in another. And also our food is important. And those are the three things that, persons have to concentrate on. The hotels, the guest houses. When people come, give them a Tobago breakfast. Let them experience that bake and that chocolate tea. If it's yaba, find those unique elements and let's mix it in a little bit. So when they leave Tobago, they must say, yo, I really enjoyed not just the mass experience, but I enjoyed the food, I enjoyed the sites and attractions, and point out the sites and attractions for them, which may be Pirates Bay, it could be Argyle Waterfall, or Castara on a Thursday with let's call it Thursday event.
With Bonfire.
Bonfire,
yes.
Right? So these are the things that makes us unique, and we have to use them as simple as some people may think they are. foreigners really come here and enjoy that. Let us welcome them. Let's keep the place clean. Let's also be green for this carnival. And Bago Jam starts at 5. Reach early. There will be some surprises. There will be some giveaways. Who knows? You may see some surprise artists earlier.
And I want
to.
I know, you know, we have the image on screen, and just remind us again some of the artists that will be here and will be participating for Bago Jam.
So I pointed out the local acts. I'll go through them again. You have Leslie Ann Ellis, Stephanie Joseph, Mr. Johnny King, Shamika Denoon, Sharon and Chester, Adana. And from Trinidad, you have Second Star. You have Kes the Band. We will climax with Kes the Band. You have the Waterlord, Iowa, Farmer Nappy. And you know, with someone like Iowa there, you know when he say come in front for your blessings, what it means. So come prepared to enjoy yourself and immerse yourself in the Tobago culture. The traditional characters will be out, so you will see the Jab Malassi, you will see the mud character, you will see the Dam Lorraine, you will see the Wild Indian. Come prepared for a treat. Come prepared to hear the steel band from the east. I think it's Tiantec East Side. All right, so it will be a treat.
So the idea is looking at that full combination and display. Tell us about arrangements in terms of the gates. I know the event starts at 5. Gates opening, availability of parking. Is this going to be happening inside, outside?
Yes, there will be parking. So the people that come at 5, there's a lot of parking at the facility for you. So when you come early, you'll get that parking. Or also at the end of the concert series, there will be a little chip through the streets from Shore Park to Scarborough. So there will be a truck to take you there. So you'll get that nice, exciting Juve vibes, because Carnival is a street festival. So we're keeping it to the streets, or we're taking it to the streets. So yes, come out, 5 o'clock, be early. Put on proper shoes, because remember it's a standing event.
So this is going to be happening inside Shore Park or on the outside? Where's the event taking place?
The event is happening on the outside of Shore Park, in the car park to the back. So you have, when you drive up there, the whole left side there will be parking for general persons. And then after the event, the music truck will take you to Scarborough.
Right, and have no fear, folks, because from what we have been seeing, the police seems to be on site and ready to direct. So by the time that car park is filled, they may be directing you on the other side, and that's where the market would have operated there. Next to the gas station in relation to parking. And I want to dive in a little bit more. You just tell us about a whole other side of the event. When the things finish in Shore Park into the night.
When you think it finished.
Yes, when you think that it's finished. Again, just remind our viewers, what is expected to take place from there?
So you have a music truck, and your instructions will be, when you hear that horn blow, you follow that music truck through the streets of Scarborough.
All right, so it makes the rounds in Scarborough and back down to Shore Park, or it ends in Scarborough? People out of nowhere, people out of nowhere, they get in their vehicle.
Follow the truck, follow the truck. You just follow the truck for Carnival, you get back to the vehicle.
All right, so the idea is really creating this full, as best as possible, giving that taste in terms of the expectation of the Tobago Carnival.
Yes.
All right. Tell us a little bit very quickly before we wrap this morning as well. Remind us of the lineup of activities coming down for the Carnival weekend. Well, at least those being facilitated by the Tobago House of Assembly.
Well, welcome to Tobago.com. You'll find the calendar there, and it's going to be updated, and eventually it's going to be, we'll have to lock off. I think we will put out a flyer reference that lock off date, because now everybody's sending their flyers and stuff to us. The things to look out for is PAN on Friday the 28th. We have PAN by the Pan Tobago region. So the rep for that, Ms. Salisha Moses, the chairman, sorry, she would eventually come on and give some insight on how that structure and how that build out will happen. On Saturday morning, we will have our Juve at Crown Point. Juve is from 4 a.m. to 9 a.m. followed by Mud. Mud will be having their event or the staging of Mud to the back, somewhere to the back of the airport. They will come on as well and give the breakdown for their event. That will go from 9 to 2. And then we will tell you to rest if you rest at that point, because after that, all roads lead to the east, where you will have night mass for something called Rocks Glow. And after Rocks Glow, there will be a grand event, right, inside of the Sidbury Stadium. So we're staying in Roxborough for that aspect. And then after that, the next day, you also have Tuco is also having their all-inclusive. Mr. Ainsley King would also come on to speak about that. And while we will be having a Calypso event, the event for the Calypsonians. Mr. King will come on and elaborate on that as well, and the form and structure of how that will be. So Calypsonians, do not worry, there is something coming for you, and you will be informed very shortly about that offering. And of course, you have the parade of bands taking place on the Sunday. Start time of probably at 8 o'clock, because we don't want, we want to move away from a start time of 2 o'clock in the evening. We want the parade of bands to be early. Let us come out there and put on a good showing, and that goes from 8 to 6 for your parade of bands. And then Monday you'll have your cool down by the Pigeon Point board or committee management. They would also come on and speak to how that cool down will happen, and if there would be probably an additional charge by the gate. So it's all a work in progress. Promoters, a call to promoters who wants to use public venues, come in, bring your proposal. The THA or the committee will see how they can assist with those government facilities. And mass bands, of course, we are helping them with the trucks and also providing security for you on the road. So everything is a work in progress. It is our first carnival. So don't quarrel too much, right? Whatever we get done this year, we're going to get it done next year.
But it would appear, even amidst the many challenges and concerns raised, that things are indeed coming together very nicely. Would you say that has to do naturally with our culture as a people? We don't care about party, we don't care about politics, we don't care about them things when it comes to having a good time and enjoying our culture.
I think the 1st of November, what is important for us to understand is that outside of this, Tobago wins. And Tobago must win. The economic benefit from a carnival cannot be denied. Other countries do it. That is why a number of countries spring up with carnival type events, or as they say, the Trinidad carnival type event, because of a pull. Once you say the word carnival, people come in. Once you say Juvie attracts a certain amount of persons because its roles are inverse. People could come and TTV and just relax themselves. So carnival itself has its economic benefit, and that is what we need if we want the tourism, we want the hotels. The president of the Hotel Association recently said, I think we are at 65% occupancy. That was 2 weeks ago, right? And one of the main challenges was flights. So as persons get flights and the boats increase, it means that we are well on our way. We are trending positively to a sold out island. As we say, Tobago, let me sink it.
All right. Anything else you want to remind the general public of before we wrap this morning's interview?
Yes, Bago Jam starts at 5 p.m. Leave your home from work, go straight to Shaw Park, 5 p.m. We want you there early. There will be surprises. Come and meet the rhythm section. Come and meet the carnival type characters. Come and see Shamika Denoon, Kesty Ban, Desire, and other Leslie Ellis and other Tobagonians take main stage for our first carnival.
All right, folks, the countdown is on, and we're even seeing the countdown on screen here. It's 49 days to Tobago Carnival 2022. And we want to thank Mr. Kevon McKenna, Deputy Chair, for joining us here on set. And there's a clear call and a reminder. You have every opportunity in terms of coming out and supporting and being a part of this event. And clearly it is building as the days go by. I think Kevon McKenna couldn't put it any better. It says, though you have to use September to search for outfits for the 30-day lineup in the Tobago Carnival come October 2022. And let's go out and support and have a good time. Keep things safe as we enjoy ourselves for October 2022 for the Tobago Carnival. Viewers, we want to thank you so much for continuing to choose the Tobago Updates morning show and tuning in. Those of you joining us via TV, those joining us via radio, and those connecting with us online. Can't forget my online audience at all. Kenneth joining us online, Charlene, Kuki Melville, Carol, Marilyn Spence, Joe Field, Auntie Dora out there. I know you're going to send Rhea back very shortly with us. And we also have Humble Blessed Chick joining us on the live this morning, Andre Edwards, Lisel James. Folks, we want to thank each and every one of you so much for the continued love and support. And yes, Mrs. Charles that takes her device out into the garden. Morning to you as well. And Christelle out there, Washington, Tom, I know you're tuned in via TV. My Aunt Selma, Skeet as well, and we thank you so much to each and every one of you. You see, folks, I'm not just dealing with the persons online. I'm remembering those of you who tuned in via TV, those connecting via YouTube, and also those listeners on the radio. We want to thank you so much for the continued love and support. We head on out just for a few, and to remind you that this is your opportunity to share the live, share the live, share the live.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place.
Mainakai Home Services. We specialize in cleaning of carpets and rugs, mattresses, living room and dining room sets, vehicle detailing, cleaning and sanitizing of homes and commercial spaces. We also do landscaping and tree cutting, pressure and power washing, floor care, fumigating and air purifying. You can also call us for professional painting services, babysitting and adult sitting. Call us now, 333-4430 at Mainakai Home Services. We take cleaning to another level.
Tobago. On September 10th, we outside in Bago Jam. Experience the ritual, revelry, and release featuring Kesta Band.
Everybody on stage, if you're coming down from the mountain,
The Waterlord, Iowa, Farmer Nappy, Colonel Roberts, Zan, Second Star, Chingy,
Sherwin, Adana, come and see Johnny King, Stephanie Joseph, Shamika Dinoon, Leslie Annellis, Desire,
and much more on September 10th from 5 p.m. Bago Jam, Shore Park Cultural Complex Car Park, Scarborough. Admission free.
Tobago Glass Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported.
Life, the concert.
Says our destiny.
Friday, 23rd September.
The night before Republic Day.
She says our destiny, she get next to me.
At the concert capital, the Queen's Park, Savannah.
Life, the concert. Mavado and his full band.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning, viewers, and welcome back to the Tobago Updates morning show. Viewers, it is 7:41 a.m. Yes, on today, Thursday, the 8th of September, 2022. And in this segment, we are chatting with Miss Margaret Corbin, Assistant Marketing Manager. And this morning, we'll be chatting about management and details related to the Scarborough Market, the Scarborough Abattoir, and the Research and Development Information System. She's going to give us a little insight into those areas. Morning, and thank you for joining us on set this morning.
Good morning.
All right. As we start the conversation, we want to start from the perspective in relation to updates regarding the Scarborough market. Where are we at? We've heard some complaints in recent times, issues and challenges regarding when sanitation takes place, when it doesn't. Give us a little insight into where
All
we
right.
are at this point.
First, I want to identify the Scarborough market as part of the Department of Marketing in the Division of Food Security, Natural Resources, the environment. Now, the Scarborough market is just one of the entities that is managed by the marketing department. The Scarborough market, as we know, is the hub for food in Tobago. Persons go there regularly to purchase their provision and other food stuff that is, the natural food stuff. The Scarborough market obviously is a place where a very sensitive place in that the products that come in, they are subject to different, I wouldn't want to say pests, but different organisms that could make us sick if they are not controlled. And so, over the years, we have had quarterly cleaning of the market. With the advent of COVID-19, we were advised that we should be cleaning the market at least once per week. And so we embarked on that venture, but it was a little disruptive for the vendors because they have to take out their goods weekly. But what has happened recently is that we have come up with a new method where instead of taking out their goods totally from the market compound, they are now able to have their goods placed in another part of the market while the rest of the market is being cleaned. So on Sundays, when the market is closed from 1 o'clock, they are allowed to store their goods elsewhere on the market compound and then return them to the central market area on Monday mornings, and then we clean that other area after.
So just to clarify, because I think that was one of the challenges raised by the vendors, that the cleaning at some point was taking place during the week. So now you're saying the cleaning now takes place when the market is closed after 1 on Sundays, and therefore it reopens as normal on Monday morning. So it takes place on that Sunday evening into the night period.
Yes.
So there's minimal to no disruption.
Yes.
To the market vendors.
Yes.
How have the vendors responded to that, given the initial challenges that they would have raised about being, obstructed and so on, and not giving an opportunity and incurring additional expenses to put up tents on the outside and so on? What has been the response now from the vendors?
Well, the vendors who have been affected, they were part of the decision making, right? We consulted with them in order to come up with this solution. So they are taking it very well at the moment. We have to look, well, it's only the first week since it has happened, so we have to look and see what will happen later down if they continue to approve of this measure. But we all know that the market must be clean, right? It is essential in order to get rid of what the experts would call pathogens and other organisms that we won't be able to see that could make us sick if we don't have the area clean.
All right. Tell us as well, in terms of the facility as it is currently. I know post-COVID, having gone to the market 1 or 2 times, I'm not a frequent visitor of the market as a young person, but having gone 1 or 2 times with my grandmother, she goes there religiously. Prior to COVID, there were so many vendors coming together. How have you all been able to respond in terms of that, in terms of the management of the space now, in such a manner that there's still some elements of distancing happening in an effort in treating with the pandemic?
Well, the space management, I mean, after the...
Correct, yeah, within this time as we transition out of the pandemic.
All right. So, if you know the market well, you know that the market opens at 5 in the morning on Fridays and Saturdays. Those are the main market days, right? And yes, we get a rush of persons coming into the market, but because big big vendors with a 4 stalls or so, and then there maybe the one or two stall vendors, what happens is that it kinds of manages itself in that people don't have to crowd upon each other to purchase. And also we have the security always keeping a watchful eye so that if any crowding takes place, they would be able to manage the situation. Because in the market bylaws, the bylaw states that persons not supposed to be crowding up. If you read the bylaws carefully, you would see that there should not be obstructions and that sort of thing. So with the security, we use them to manage the space situation.
Is there room in the current market for potential new vendors?
There is always room in the market. Because of the way that the market operates in terms of the Friday, Saturday, during the week, there is always room for vendors. And we can look at it also as a time management opportunity. Because what happens is that early in the morning, persons come to the market from 5, and by the time 7, the market seems to be empty again because of that traditional,
Early morning.
Yeah, early morning. So if anyone wants to come in after the 7 and continue to vend, there is opportunity there for them to do that also. And also, we try to reserve some spaces for persons who may be one-day vendors who want to come in the market in an emergency situation. They are always free to come in. So we have lots of space in the market at this time for persons to come in.
All right, and I could still get my fresh coconut water right on the outer area.
Of course.
All right, excellent. As we continue along, in terms of just for persons wanting to make contact and follow up with the management responsible for the Scarborough market, or what's your contact information, or is the office located at the market itself or within the division of food production?
Well, the market office is at the market, at the administration building. We have a cell number there that is available for persons to call. 769-3127 is the number. You can call and get the market clerk who would be able to answer any questions that persons have.
And if my memory serves me well, that's the building closest to Market Square and the
Yes,
Division
it
of
is.
Finance. Okay,
Yes.
good. So that's your administrative
Yes.
building for the Scarborough market. All right. Tell us a little bit about the operations now of the Scarborough Abattoir. What's the status with the abattoir?
Well, at the moment, the Scarborough Abattoir is available to those who want to slaughter their animals. We have the farmers who come with their pigs, their cattle, sheep, and goat. The section that is dealing with the pigs is currently under servicing, right? But probably within the next week or 2, that would be back up and running. But the cattle and small ruminants area, that is available for anyone who wants to come and do their slaughtering. Now, the Scarborough Abattoir is very important, right? I would say the whole of Tobago, because we eat meat. And in order to get meat that is safe to eat, you should ensure that whatever you purchase is slaughtered at the Scarborough Abattoir. What we do is that the public health, the veterinary public health inspector who is assigned to oversee the market is responsible for inspecting whatever animal come in, and then he would do a post-mortem. So he would inspect it after it is slaughtered to make sure that the meat is safe from and free from disease, and he would stamp the meat. Also, he would give a certificate to the farmer so that they can now go to the market or any other establishment to sell their meat.
And where's the Scarborough Abattoir located now?
The Scarborough Abattoir is still at we want to say, well, we call it locally Shore Park, right?
Right.
Right next to where I would say adjacent to where the old licensing office was.
All right.
There.
And you're saying that members of the public can also come in terms of seeking to utilize the services there from the Scarborough Abattoir?
Yes, they can.
All right. What's the cleaning mechanism and sanitation now, again, similar to your arrangements in terms of the market coming through this pandemic for the Scarborough Abattoir?
For the Scarborough Abattoir. Well, the Scarborough Abattoir has dedicated staff there. They clean daily. But because the operations really, you know, there's a flow of events that must take place in order for slaughtering to happen. What happens is that mostly between Tuesday and Thursday, slaughtering takes place. So even though the workers would clean daily, they concentrate on the Mondays and Fridays on deeper cleaning, so that when the processes take place, they can be sure that it is sanitary.
Right.
And then we have the same veterinary public health inspector along with the food technologist. They would make sure that the place is clean and
all right. And what's the hours of operations for the Scarborough Abattoir? I know you spoke about the main hours for the Scarborough market.
Yes. Well, the Scarborough Abattoir is open from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. for the general public. But the operations start as early as 6 a.m. So once you bring in your animals, you can bring them in. You know, there's a time frame where the animals have to be brought in. Reason being is that we want the animals to not be stressed. So we allow them to come in either in the evening after 4 when the sun is setting, where it is cool, or before, well, from 6, or sometimes people bring them in before 6. So the watchmen that are there, they would take in the animals at that time. But we advise the public that they should visit us between the hours of 8 to 4, because that time is when the clerks who deal with the paperwork will be there.
Particularly when it comes to dealing with animals, and I want to delve off a little bit. People seem to think and they see this as, oh, that's another side of work with farming and so on. But I have come to the realization that this is a very lucrative kind of area to be in when it comes to treating with meat and production and so on. For those persons, how do you speak to or encourage even younger persons that don't seem to fully understand how successful of a business, because you made a very good point. The vast majority of the island utilize and will eat meat.
Yeah.
In terms of, so from that aspect, in terms of farmers and so, what are your words of encouragement or so to others looking at the industry? Is it worth it?
Of course it is worth it, because once you have to eat, there's the opportunity to make money, right? What happens in Tobago is that a lot of farmers are older folks, right? We have an aging population of farmers. However, they have children, right? And these children, they push them off to university. Now,
and comfortably.
There is a lot of opportunity available to young people in the farming industry, because, of course, farming is not just going out and you tie animals somewhere or give them some feed. There's technology behind it, not just the food technology. In order to manage your holdings, you need to be business sensible. So, you see, it's not just to go to ECIAF to get a farming degree, but also to go to the university to get your IT degree, to get your business degree. And when you come home back, you assist, not assist, but generally the younger ones, they tend to want to take over from the parents, which is you know, and a plus for the parents. Now you can see the real fruits of your work, because you would have sent your children to school and they are taking over from you. Right now we have a lot of young persons taking over in the area of butchering. when you look at the Scarborough market and you pass through the meat section, you will see a lot of young persons. Where before you would have seen older persons, they are dwindling now because their time is passing. So we have a lot of young people who are willing to come forward as butchers, as business persons. You see them come into the Scarborough abattoir, and then you see the transfer into the Scarborough market.
All right. And in the final minute or two, tell us about the Research and Development Information System. Is this a new initiative coming out of the division? Give us a little information.
Well, we have always had a market research section in the marketing department. But recently, we would have introduced the Research and Development unit. That unit encompasses all the research that is done in the division, not just market research. So we are currently engaged in doing surveys with farmers, and we also take the information that comes from the other departments, like the agriculture department, the forestry, fisheries, right? And now we have environment with us, and we collate this information to share with the public so that they can now make good business decisions when it comes to farming, and not only farming but also in the area of tourism, because you know that the both areas are closely connected. If you bring guests on the island, you need to feed them.
Yes,
right?
definitely.
Yes.
All right. Your closing words as we wrap this morning's interview.
All right. I want to thank you for having us here this morning, having me here where I could have shared about my division. And I just want to say that the division is currently engaged in some restructuring, right? The idea behind it is that we want to encompass all of Tobago in the decision making that is taking place in the division. Not just sit, behind closed doors and make decisions, but so in the future, in the near future, you will see a lot more consultation. You will see opportunities for growth in the sector, in the agriculture sector, and you would see that there is opportunity for young persons to be a part of the farming industry in Tobago.
All right, excellent. Thank you very much there for joining us on set, giving us some insights, the Scarborough market, the Scarborough abattoir. And yes, just in case you thought it was just about those activities, no, she would have given us the reminder there's also research and development. And a research and development information system are there to provide general information and the commitment regarding greater inclusion and incorporation of the general public. And therefore, we express our thanks this morning to Ms. Margaret Corbin, very detailed, joining us here on set, Assistant Marketing Manager of the Division of Food Security, Natural Resources, the Environment and Sustainable Development. All right, so thank you so much to all our viewers joining us here this morning from Gael and M&E TV. We want to thank also our listeners on Street 91.9 FM and Smash Radio, and to each and every one of you connecting with us online via social media. This brings us to the end of the Tobago Updates morning show this morning, folks. But remember to stay tuned as we head on into Tobago Notes and straight over to GMT this morning with Candice. Take care and bye-bye for now.
Entertainment. Yes, we're bringing it to you. Tobago Updates. It's all about the new entertainment show, the VIP Experience, hosted by your boy Snoopy. Tune in every Wednesday from 8 p.m. and on Saturday mornings at 9 a.m. We're bringing to you the best Tobago has to offer. We're showcasing interviews, music, and everything that is fun. So join me on Tobago Updates for the VIP Experience. Yeah, man.
Watch on your back on me. Like about to overload. Watch them sexy Bago woman. Beauty from head to toe in the sun. Skin too don't need no lotion.
MI4 Security Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago.
Ask about our cash and transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 660-7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
Life, the concert.
Says our destiny.
Friday, 23rd September.
The night before Republic Day. She says our destiny. She get next to me.
At the concert capital, the Queen's Park, Savannah.
Circle round with me, lady. He used to say you are drive me crazy.
Guinness welcomes Mavado and his full band with rising superstar Ken. Life, the concert. Powered by Guinness and Strictly FX.
Advertise with Tobago Updates. Call 284-6597. If you have a small or large business, we can get your information in front of the masses. Reach our rapidly growing viewership on Facebook and YouTube. Promote your brand in Trinidad and the Caribbean through M&E TV Now and Gayel. Yes, we can build unique ads for your business. Call now 284-6597 and advertise with us.
Never ever worry, don't mind if life make you sad. I tell them never ever worry if your house get flooded out real bad. I tell them never ever worry, what I'm saying is true. So just consider, Tatil will always be here for you.
Tatil, where people are people. You know what I mean.
Yeah. Hey. Tobago updates. Good morning, Tobago. Wake up with Candace and Denicia. Let's go, go. It's a brand new morning. Rise up to a brand new dawning. As the passion start to rise, the energy fill the skies. I say thanks for favor to wake up and hail my neighbor. 60,000 people strong, and the vibes is never wrong. We are beauty, we are power. We are people in the sun. We are beaches, we are rivers. We are melanated ones. We special and there is no denying. Tobago is number one. I am you and you are me. Together we stronger. Good morning, Tobago. Good morning, Tobago.
Welcome to Good Morning Tobago on Tobago Updates, your source for current affairs in Tobago, Trinidad, and region. With the perfect conversations to complement your morning routine, I am Candace Jackson, and let's get started with the news in 90 seconds. Political leader of Unity of the People, Nkosi Phillips, accused Secretary of Education, Research and Technology, Sarisha Hackett, of continuing the blame game. According to Phillips, since PDP entered leadership of the Tobago House of Assembly, they continue to shift the blame and not take responsibility for slip-ups under their tenure. The latest example was Hackett blaming public servants for delays in awarding of contracts to begin school repair works on time. As a result, not all works were completed and some schools experienced disruptions at the start of the new school term. On to some other news. Minister of Social Development Donna Cox warned that human traffickers are using social media to trap young people and adults. While addressing the launch of Heal, Empower, Rise and Counter Trafficking in Persons project, Minister Cox explained that with increased integration of social media in society, many people are being lured away by unscrupulous individuals. She called for vigilance and urged citizens to report any suspicious activity to the police. Meanwhile, Minister in the Office of the Prime Minister, Ayanna Webster Roy, said a shelter was being established for migrant women who are victims of trafficking. And now, the Commission of Inquiry began working on investigations into the death of 4 scuba divers who worked on a pipeline at Paria Fuel Trading Company in February. The inquiry began yesterday, but the chairman of the commission, Queen's Counsel Jerome Lynch did not immediately begin hearing witness testimony because he needed to address several procedural issues that were causing delays. He explained that the Commission was not given basic stationery supplies or other resources to get started on their work. Additionally, he said time was lost when the former Commissioner resigned. However, Lynch assured that they will do all within their power to push ahead with the inquiry. And that was your news in 90 seconds. But we have another public service announcement, and this is from the Water and Sewage Authority, who is advising all customers in Speyside that there will be a disruption in the pipeline water supply on Friday, 9th September. So that's tomorrow, between the hours of 9 a.m. and 2 p.m. And of course, this is to facilitate the replacement of a defective valve on the main road in Speyside, and that's in the vicinity of Lisa's Up Top Bar and Grill. Now, motorists are being asked to proceed with caution and to obey the instructions of the traffic control officers on duty and to use alternative routes where possible. And customers are also being advised that it may take up to 24 hours for the scheduled pipe-borne water supply to normalize in some areas after the completion of repairs. So that's tomorrow, and of course it's happening between 9 and 2. So for those people who are in Speyside or have to be in Speyside, just be aware of what's happening. WASA is just doing some work on a valve that needed repairing. All right, so viewers, now we're going to get straight into our interview this morning. Like, we have another jam-packed program for today, and we're going to get started first with Miss Akila Smith, and she is a physiotherapy representative for the Tobago Regional Health Authority. Now, we're talking about physiotherapy and so on because today is World Physiotherapy Day. And of course, it's celebrated every year worldwide by physiotherapists. And of course, and this year the theme focuses on focusing on prevention and management of osteoarthritis. Sorry. All right. A special good morning to you, Dr. Akila Smith. How are you doing?
I am great. Thank you for having me.
Great. So let's get started into what is World Physiotherapy Day, and why are we recognizing it?
Yes, World Physiotherapy Day is actually celebrated on the 8th of September of every year. From the World Physiotherapy, this is the time where we have the opportunity to show unity and solidarity in the global physiotherapy community. It's actually a day that, we recognize, physiotherapists can be recognized by the work they do for their patients as well as the community. So it's a really fitting time to showcase what physiotherapists does on this day.
And today there's a focus on osteoarthritis, right? So why is that a focus for today?
Yes. So arthritis in itself, the World Physiotherapy non-profit organization is focusing on arthritis over 2 years, but this year they saw it fit to focus on osteoarthritis because it's a quite common condition that affects many persons as they get older. All right, and so this day is really to educate the public and let them know that it's a common condition, very common, but there are tips that physiotherapists does and different advice and education to help manage such a condition in the older population.
Now, for those people that are viewing and not quite aware, so we kind of know about arthritis.
Yeah.
And when they get to the pains in their knees and your joints and stuff like that as they get older, although it happens in young people as well.
Yes.
But what exactly is osteoarthritis?
Osteoarthritis is where you have the degenerative changes of the joint cartilage between the joints itself, right? And it varies in terms of severity. You can also have insults not only to the cartilage but also to the underlying bone, the ligaments, and the muscles. Persons who are older than 45 and older are more susceptible, and you see it in those age groups of population. So the difference between osteoarthritis and other arthritis is that this is really degenerative changes that you see happening within a joint.
And how common is it within Trinidad and Tobago or even in Tobago?
Yeah, but I would start with international. It's actually seen among over 5 million persons suffering from osteoarthritis. It is one of the most common conditions that we do see throughout Tobago, I should say, because you have persons who are at risk based on if they had previous injury, joint injury, or previous surgery to a joint. And so we see it quite commonly affecting the knees, the hips, the hands, and then onto the spine itself.
And why is it such a problem that it warrants, such a day to, have this educational drive amongst the public?
Sure. So the Physiotherapy Association of Trinidad and Tobago really represents physiotherapists worldwide, and it's a member organization of the World Physiotherapy Body. And so with osteoarthritis being the topic of discussion for this year, the education is from the World Physiotherapy Body is that it seems to be a misconception that you should stop moving when you have osteoarthritis. And so the encouragement is exercise is the first line treatment actually to help persons manage the problem, and for those who don't have osteoarthritis but are at a higher risk to prevent it as you get older.
And what are some of the tips that you can share in terms of, making sure that exercise is part of your routine, even if you're not into that full, go to the gym, go for a run, because not everybody is able to do those things.
Yes, and that's very true. And that's where physiotherapists come in, and we advise persons really and truly that you should be getting some form of physical activity in every day, right? From the age of 19 to 64, you should be doing at least 30 minutes of exercise daily. And so let's start with persons with osteoarthritis. We assess the patient and we can provide an individualized, tailored program that works for you. That doesn't require you to go to the gym, but it helps one to reduce the symptoms associated with osteoarthritis, such as pain, which is very common, joint stiffness and weakness. And so the advice is to keep active, and the physiotherapist can guide you as to where to start and how to progress with your physical activity.
And as you mentioned, so yeah, there are services available in Tobago.
Yes.
So for people that are watching and are wondering, where can I go to get checked up or to make sure that everything is okay with my joints, and even if it's not, to get that help that they need?
Thank you for that question. Yeah, in the healthcare system, we know that healthcare is free, and the physiotherapists are a healthcare professional, so we are within the hospital system. Usually, you would require a referral from your physician. So if you go to your clinic or the health center, you speak to your physician about the problems that you're experiencing, and a referral is obtained. And so within the Tobago Regional Health Authority, you can be given an appointment to see the physiotherapist, just like every other regional health authority within the country.
All right, and then, for today, as today is World Physiotherapy Day, does the TRHA have any activities planned in terms of recognition of the day or just the public outreach?
Yes, so we educate patients both individually and also on a holistic level. So, of course, each therapist will be showcasing, how they educate the public. All right, and on a grand scale of things, the association as well is encouraging each RHAs to send in pictures as well, how they have celebrated the day. And so that is some of the ways that we intend to celebrate as well.
Okay, I want to speak about osteoarthritis a little bit more.
Sure.
And we know we just came out of COVID-19. And as physiotherapists, what have you been seeing? Has the numbers been changing as a result of the pandemic? Has that had any effect on the cases that we're seeing in Trinidad and Tobago at this point in time?
Yes, cases with regards to COVID-19.
No, with regards to
osteoarthritis. Right. So what I would say with COVID-19, it has placed persons more in a sedentary lifestyle where you're inside, and so you have been moving less. And with osteoarthritis, we definitely have seen persons presenting to us with symptoms of pain and stiffness in addition to other comorbidities. So I would say the numbers are there because those, and yes.
Is there a situation where people are more where are people more at risk in terms of just other than, you know, the weight factor and that sort of thing?
Right. So the World Physiotherapy has placed the modifiable risk factors, yes, as your weight, because that can change with exercise and with proper diet. But for those who have had a previous injury, joint fracture or joint injury itself, you are at more risk for developing osteoarthritis. So that aspect of having an injury puts you a little bit higher in terms of developing osteoarthritis in the future.
And of course, that is a situation where you need to come to the physiotherapist to get that assistance, to know, even how to move your joints safely.
Yes, definitely. So that's where we come in terms of prescribing exercises to help with joint mobilization, right? Also local muscle strengthening, because if you think of somebody who has pain, right, and they're less confident in, say, for example, using their knees, that means they don't want to move. But the less you move, the worse it can become for you, because the muscles around the area become stiff and they become weak. And so adding strengthening and balance exercises so that they are more confident to use the joint and get back to doing functional activities that they love, as simple as going to the grocery store. That's where we come in teaching you exercises to regain your confidence and to build the strength and mobility of your joints.
Is there a cure for osteoarthritis?
Unfortunately, there isn't a cure, so it's really about prevention and management, because at the end of the day, this is something that you have to live with. And so getting patients to the point where they can manage the problem and also self-manage, all right, in terms of strategies in decreasing your pain, increasing your movement and function and strength is important.
So again, you need to consult with a physiotherapist. And for viewers that are listening and, they're perhaps thinking, maybe I should get connected with you guys. Is there a contact number that they can reach out, or is there like a website where they can go to for information?
Sure. I would start with the Physiotherapy Association of Trinidad and Tobago. We are on all social media platforms, Instagram and Facebook, and you can find us at physio.assoc.tt and also email physio.assoc.tt@gmail.com.
All right, great. I want to thank you so much, Dr. Smith, for being on with us to talk about World Physiotherapy Day, and especially where osteoarthritis is concerned. So as it's something that affects a lot of people within our society. So folks, go out and check out the physiotherapist office at the hospital. So you guys are based at the Scarborough Hospital?
Definitely, yes.
All right, great. So there you go. So you can go and check her out. And she can help you along with other physiotherapists that are there. So go and get the assistance you need and pay attention to your health. Get those joints moving so that you don't end up in pain. All right, viewers, we have a lot more coming up on the program, so don't go anywhere. I'll be back right after this break.
1,000 people strong, and the vibes is never wrong. We are beauty, we are power, we are people in the sun. We are beaches, we are rivers, we are melanated one.
Live, the concert.
Says our destiny.
Friday, 23rd September.
The night before Republic Day.
She says our destiny to get next to me.
At the concert capital, the Queen's Park Savannah.
Live, the concert. Mavado and his full band.
You're moving your ways.
Entertainment. Yes, we're bringing it to you. Tobago Updates. It's all about the new entertainment show, the VIP Experience, hosted by your boy Snoopy. Tune in every Wednesday from 8 p.m. and on Saturday mornings at 9 a.m. We're bringing to you the best Tobago has to offer. We're showcasing interviews, music, and everything that is fun. So join me on Tobago Updates for the VIP Experience. Yeah, man.
Watch how you're backing back on me, like about to overload. Watch them sexy Bago woman, beauty from head to toes in the sun. Skin too, don't need no lotion.
Never ever worry, don't mind if life make you sad. I tell them never ever worry if your house get flooded.
.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
Yeah. Hey.
Tobago updates. Good morning, Tobago. Wake up with Candace and Denasia.
Welcome back to Good Morning Tobago, and now we are going to be talking about school a little bit, but not the school conversation that we've been having for the past 2 weeks. We are going to be speaking about the Tobago Hospitality and Tourism Institute, because they are celebrating 25 years of existence in Tobago this year. And to speak to us a little bit about that, I am being joined by the marketing manager at THDI, and that is Ms. Safia Bulhan. How are you doing? Good morning and welcome to you.
Thank you. Good morning, Candice. Thank you very much for having me here on behalf of the Institute.
Okay, so THDI is celebrating 25 years. So tell me about being able to celebrate 25 years existing in Tobago as, I mean, it's perhaps the, I might be wrong, but, you know, perhaps the only Tobago-grown tertiary institute, like Tobago-honed institute.
You're absolutely right, Candice. THTI is Tobago's indigenous tertiary education institution. It is headquartered in Tobago. It has been in existence for 25 years, and we're really happy and proud and really grateful to have traveled this journey. So it's a great milestone, and we're really looking forward to a year-long commemoration of this milestone.
Arita, before we get into some of the things that you guys are going to be doing throughout the year to celebrate, I mean, I just want you to talk a little bit about, you know, that journey, that 25-year journey, like, you know, getting to this point of 25 years in Tobago.
Okay. Well, the Institute was established, but it opened its doors, its campus, to the first set of students in September 8th, 1997. And at the time, it was really small. It started with 50 students. And within a year, that population had grown to 113, with a small group of really dedicated instructors who wrote the courses themselves and prepared and went out literally all the villages across Tobago, from Charlottesville to Scarborough to Moriah, recruiting those students. So it really was a very humble beginnings. It started as a campus, as a Tobago campus of the Trinidad and Tobago Hospitality and Tourism Institute. And then in 2004, the Tobago House of Assembly assumed ownership of THTI, and it was incorporated in 2006 as the Tobago Hospitality and Tourism Institute, or THTI as we know it. And really from there, it just grew. And we've had several significant milestones, including, of course, becoming the first Tobago Indigenous Tertiary Education Institution to be registered with the Accreditation Council of Trinidad and Tobago. And in 2014, we became a fully accredited institution. And we were reaccredited again in 2019. And today, THDI stands as the only hospitality and tourism institute or tertiary education institute accredited by ACTT in the entire country. So it is a significant and a responsibility as well for the institute.
And THDI has been able to weather the storm, unlike, you know, we saw a couple years ago, TTHDI had to close its doors. But, you know, at least, but the Tobago, the THI itself in Tobago, that was able to remain strong and resilient even through the pandemic and all the other problems and challenges that are faced within the society.
Yes, I mean, we have a small but really hardworking and dedicated staff led by our CEO, Dr. Stephen Shepard, and of course, our board. And really, we were able in a very short space of time, for example, to move on to the online learning space. We had been working in the background to continue to increase the capacity of the institution, to build our digital capabilities. But when the pandemic hit in March of 2020, when the country was shut down, it really did take the nation, as in the whole world, by storm. But within, a week, we were up and running online. And we worked really hard to have our students and our faculty transition the learning, and we continue to, exist in that virtual environment during the toughest parts of the lockdown. And our staff made the adjustments and they worked remotely, and many of them continue to do so. And we weathered the storm. And as the country started to open, we are actually using those capabilities that we invested in to do a blended teaching and learning. So some classes do happen on campus now for practical classes as well as other theory courses. And there are classes that continue to happen online as well. So we are balancing both based on the infrastructure and the capabilities that we have built over the last 2 years.
All right. Now, getting into the celebration of 25 years, how is THAI going to celebrate this milestone achievement?
It is a great milestone achievement indeed. Well, we kicked off the celebrations last Monday with a Thanksgiving ceremony on campus. It was really an opportunity for prayer to express gratitude for this journey, and the staff and students as well who were able to join us, as well as members of the board. So that really marked the beginning of that journey. The Monday, the September the 5th, was also really the day we welcomed the new students onto the campus for a meet and greet session. And many of our students are also coming back. We have also, as in every other sector in Tobago, coming back to having a physical presence in the office. So our campus is now welcoming back most of our staff as well. So it really was an opportunity to celebrate that as well. It's our anniversary, but it also marked a very important milestone in general in terms of what is happening in our society. So that's the beginning of it. And then we intend to spread out the many activities that will be happening throughout the year. One of some of the simple developments you will notice is when you now drive towards our entrance, we've refurbished our sign, also to indicate our 25 years of service to Tobago. We will continue to do a number of activities on campus. There are a number of renovations that are taking place, or I should say maybe refurbishments. We continue to invest in the spaces that we operate in and teach. There's a small team of staff as well that is just going to be dedicated to planning and executing a program of activities throughout the year. So you will see a number of activities taking place through our social media sites, so stay tuned. Beginning today, we'll start to post messages. We intend to create a commemorative video that will track the journey. So we will be inviting members of THDI who have traveled this 25-year journey to contribute to that content and to that story and be able to publish it and preserve it for future generations. And campus activities throughout the year. There will be things like games, whether they're sporting or fitness or fun. We intend to have cultural events to open up the campus to the community. We intend on going out to the communities as well. We're planning walkathons as outreach to our communities, to be ambassadors of the tourism product in Tobago as well, by ourselves taking tours on various parts of Tobago as well. So those are and many other activities will be taking place throughout the year. But perhaps the biggest one coming soon is we are rebranding. We are launching a new logo. Not only it is time, it's 25 years, but also to really reflect our vision of being a beacon of innovative learning experiences. And therefore, we have put out a call for designers. There is right now a contest going on as just part of one process of arriving at a design that will showcase THDI in this new light. So that is also something that will be unveiled very soon as part of the many ways that we're commemorating our journey to date.
Now, one of the things that THAI has become famous for is that of its student dinners. And I know a lot of Tobagonians look forward to it. Now, people missed it during the pandemic because for obvious reasons, you couldn't come out anymore and so on. But now that we're moving out of the pandemic, Are we going to see a return of those student dinners? And are they going to be
barring
special? Because, I mean, we're celebrating 25 years as well.
Well, look, I think the teachers, the lecturers, and the students are always coming out with very, very special and innovative dishes. So as far as surprises and innovation, you can count on that. That is for sure. And I can say yes, the student lunches and dinners are in the plans as part of of course, the academic experience of our students. So I think towards the end of October and November, we should be hosting those. So stay tuned. But I think very soon you'll find yourself and others dining at THTI and experiencing those very, very special delicacies that are prepared by our students with the guidance of their lecturers. Yes.
And now looking ahead, so we've said we are celebrating 25 years this year, but looking ahead, what are some of the future goals and plans for the Institute to grow within this space in Tobago?
Well, THTI has been playing a growing leadership and influential role in the Tobago hospitality and tourism industry. And in general, in terms of contributing to the development and supporting the development agenda of Tobago. So already we have partnered with the Tobago Tourism Agency Limited, as the training partner for the island-wide customer service training program. Now, the rolling out of this program to raise the level of customer service in Tobago is a 3-year project. So it is a massive undertaking, and THTI is the institute that is delivering that training. Another example is the Tobago Carnival Committee has also reached out to us to train their volunteers. These will be the Carnival ambassadors, and we will be training them in customer service, in tour guiding. So you will continue to see THTI play a very prominent role in Tobago. Both in terms of training, but in general as a voice for development in Tobago. And we are constantly being either invited or we're approaching and collaborating with various entities. And not just, by the way, in Tobago. We do this nationally as well and internationally.
Great. Now, when Dr. Sean Ned, and he's the chairman of the board for THCI, was on set with us last week, he mentioned that, the school might be moving towards bigger programs and a wider range of programs, and even moving from associate degrees to degrees. What can you tell us where those things are concerned?
Yes, that is something that the team has been working on because many of our students right now, when they finish the 2-year associate degree program, we have partnerships with other universities such as the University of the West Indies, as well as other international universities, where students then can go and add another 2 years and get a bachelor's degree. So one of the things that we are working on and we will be launching in the future is a bachelor's degree. So you could actually start and finish your bachelor's degree at THTI. So that is definitely something we're working. And that is just one of the many steps, obviously, to a future goal of becoming a university. But you have to start somewhere. So that is definitely one of the things we're doing. We are also investing in growing our short courses. There is a great interest in short courses or small, or what they call mini credentials. So many of folks who are working in the industry, for example, who may not be either willing or able to do an entire degree program, can take short courses, and we have a number of them. And some of these, many of them, in fact, are offered online as well. You can take them virtually. We have invested in a platform where we will soon be able to offer self-paced courses. So you could actually pay, just like you would do in Coursera or Udemy, be able to take a course at your own pace online from our platform. So really and truly, THDI has a lot of opportunity for growth, and that's the trajectory we are going.
Okay, great. Some wonderful news and some good things to look forward to. So how can
Yes.
people be connected with THTI and to follow this journey, especially with the celebration of 25 years is concerned?
Absolutely. Well, there are many ways you can do this. For example, if you are in the industry working or you're interested in getting into this industry, look at THDI as a leading institution that is accredited, based right here in Tobago, that you could be a part of, that could help you on your professional journey. That's the first thing. So visit our website, thdi.edu.tt, and learn about our programs. There'll be something in there for you. That's the first thing. Secondly, you can follow us on social media. We're on all the sites. Our Facebook is at Real Tobago THDI. We're also Instagram at THTI_Tobago, as well on TikTok. We're on Twitter as well, and LinkedIn. So there are various ways in which you can be part of the THTI story. And also just a call out to students. Many students who sat for their CXCs are now looking at their results, and some of them may not have made decisions or are wondering what to do next. So if you are a student, you are welcome. We want you at THDI. If you have an interest or a passion or a curiosity for this massive industry, please check us out. We have a call up until actually this Friday. We can still take culinary arts students if you have your 5 CXCs, including passes in English and math. You have to get a grade 1 or grade 2. You put in your application. We have an expedited review process. You could still actually start your culinary program this September. And for those who may not have all their CXCs or perhaps did not pass their English and math, we have a pathway program that will start this October. The deadline to apply is 17th of September. Again, take a look at that. There are options for those as well. So if you have someone in your life or yourself or your son or your daughter who are looking at what options they might take advantage of, we have options for you. So you can stay tuned and connected to us really in various ways, and we welcome all your questions. If you want to do a campus tour, do reach out to us. Our phone number is 303-5153. That's 303-5153. That's our mobile. You can also WhatsApp us, or you can call us on our office as well, 660-2196. And you can also email us at marketing@thti.edu.tt, and we'll be happy to answer your questions.
All right, great. That's a wonderful information there. And so students, prospective students, people who are not sure, like she said, get connected, have a conversation. You never know where, THCI can help you along your career journey. I want to thank you so much, Mrs. Safia Bulhan, for being on with us. And it was a pleasure speaking with you. And we're looking forward to seeing how else THCI celebrates our 25th anniversary. So, hoping that you guys can continue that collaboration with us going forward as well.
Absolutely. In fact, we would love to do a session in which you can come and do your live interview on campus, come and film us. So we'll keep you posted as the activities happen, and we expect to see you, Candice, and your team on campus at THDI or at an event that we're in very, very soon. Thank you very much.
Great. Thank you so much. And viewers, well, that's it for this interview. But we have a lot more coming up on the program, so don't go anywhere. We'll be back right after this break.
The Street 919 FM and the Tobago Updates presents the Tobago Updates Morning Show live simulcast on the Street 919 FM. Start your day with all the information you want and need with the simulcast of the Tobago Updates Morning Show live Mondays to Fridays from 7 a.m. on the Street 919 FM, the official station that defends the nation.
Our national borders, our first step to security, but a possible access point. for guns, drugs, crime. If it does not look right, do the right thing. Call Crime Stoppers anonymously. 800-8477. Report possible border crime.
The best place to stay in Tobago is at Thorn's Place with rates starting as low as 200 TT. Call or WhatsApp 745-7306 or 682-8676. We are located uptown Scarborough, 5 minutes away from the port. Remember, at Thorn's Place, our aim is to make your stay safe and affordable.
There's a taste in the air everywhere. Feel the vibe cause it's something to share. Smooth, rich and creamy, you'll find it right here. Makes you smile, relax a while, it's fun and good cheer. Ooh, enjoy every scoop. Ooh, every taste will get you hooked. We have flavors that you love, a combination special. Come along, enjoy our treats. This is Uncle Pete's.
Coconut's Cafe, the buffet restaurant that specializes in all your tasty local dishes. For breakfast and for lunch. Breakfast includes coconut bake and sada roti, served with chokers, bull joil, and sausages in tomato sauce. Not forgetting beef and cheese pies, shepherd's pie, macaroni pie, and rice in various styles. Meat served in a variety of flavors, garden salads, and pasta salads. All this accompanied by fruit juices, coconut water, your choice of a great combination to appease your taste buds. So call us today to order, as we are here to accommodate your busy schedules or if you are having a cooking day off.
You can now get whatever you need whenever you need it anywhere in Tobago with Tobago. Your meals, medication, groceries, and shopping all delivered directly to you. No more hassle, no more stress. Get the Tobago app today on Google Play or Apple App Store.
That's TAPPOGO and let us deliver to you.
Check our website at www.tapogo.app or call the experts at 494-TOGO and 484-4746. Tobago. Relax. We will get it to you. Tobago's at your service.
Yeah. Hey.
Tobago update. Good morning, Tobago.
Back to Good Morning Tobago. Now we are we have just a few announcements for you. For those of you, and this first one is coming from TN Tech. And for those of you in the Scarborough area, from Darrell Spring to President's House, Government House Road, including Upper Glen Road, Logwood Park, Rockley Vale, Old Road, Montpelier, Government House Road, Hamilton Heights, Calder Hall Phase 1 and Calder Hall Phase 2, and all associated streets. Now you would be experiencing, well, you should already be experiencing some service disruptions between the hours of 8:30 and 9:30 this morning, as well as from 2:30 to 3:30 this afternoon. So that's a way of service announcements, as well as from President's House on Government House Road, Scarborough to Johnson Trace, Concordia, including Providence Road, Mount Grace, Upper Idlewild, Harmony Hall, and Cinnamon Hill. Now from 8:30 to 3:30 this afternoon, you guys will be experiencing some disruptions in your electricity supplies, and of course this is some planned maintenance work by TN Tech to improve the service within those areas. And additionally, for tomorrow, for those of you in Speyside, the Water and Sewage Authority advises as customers there will be experiencing some disruption in the pipe-borne water supply on, of course, on Friday between the hours of 9 a.m. and 2 p.m. And this is to facilitate the replacement of a defective valve on the main road in Speyside in the vicinity of Lisa's Uptop Bar and Grill. And that means that, you know, motorists, those of you who are living in Speyside or need to travel to or pass through Speyside, you guys will be experiencing some disruptions in the traffic flow. So just, you know, pay attention to those of the officers there guiding the traffic. And if you can use an alternative route, use it. Of course, that is taking place between the hours of 9 a.m. and 2 p.m. tomorrow. And then for the customers in that area, of course, like I said, their water supply will be disrupted. But even after the problem is fixed, now you might experience disruptions for a 24-hour period afterwards. So just be aware of that fact, you know, fill up your tanks before you can, so that you have enough water to get you through the day, and you can, you know, continue to have that supply of water on hand. Now, we've had some interesting things happening within our space. Now, late last night, a video circulated on social media from Deputy Chief Secretary Mr. Watson-Nuke. Now, Mr. Watson-Nuke has been in the States for the last couple weeks, I should say. You know, we saw him on Sunday, might have been on Sunday, you know, meeting with Mr. Al Sharpton, you know, one of the civil rights movement leaders over there in the United States. And he released a video that's very interesting, yes, last night, in regard to a contingent of 27 people from Tobago that are in New York and without accommodation arrangements and so on. And it is leaving a lot of questions hanging in the air. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, well, we're going to show you that video right now from Mr. Duke.
Good afternoon, good morning, whatever time you're looking at this. I'm Watson Duke. I am in Brooklyn, New York. Specifically, I am in 95 Chester Street, Brooklyn, New York, Peterkin Hotel. I have come here to the aid of some 27 Tobagonians from Roxborough Fort group that came to Brooklyn with the aid of Tobago House of Assembly to perform and to represent Tobago and our culture. They were not provided for. Beyond the ticket, when they land, they were treated as thieves, as slaves, as castaways. There were no transportation to rally them and take them from the airport to a chosen specific destination. They came on the streets of New York trying to find a place to sleep, tired, weary, feeling emasculated and mentally broken. They stayed in a basement for a couple of days with dead rats, etc. Hungry and forgotten by the Tobago House of Assembly. I say forgotten because in spite calls were made to the base, to Tobago House of Assembly, stating things are not so. Alright, what can be done? Nothing has been done. Today is the 7th of September. How many days passed already? About 4 days passed, and thank God for the sake of a good Tobagonian from a diaspora, he would have utilized his cash after 4 to 5 days and paid for 27 of them to have proper housing in a hotel. But that's housing. At least they can wash, they can bathe, they can relieve themselves, etc. But more important than that is the one need for food. They are without food. They are hungry, and I've come to the aid. I can do so much. 1 day, 2 days, maybe 3 days. But when you consider that they are going back on Monday, what do they do between now and then? And they have lots of show to perform every time they travel. Each person must find at least a minimum of $20 to pay to travel. They have to keep their clothing clean. They must be well attired, hair comb, etc. It's causing them to stay in New York. I'm appealing to the Tobago House of Assembly, of which I'm part, but those who consider themselves to be the decision makers, those who consider themselves to be the hot shots in the Tobago House of Assembly, the policy makers and the drivers of the system, to act wisely and do so now. Show Tobagonians that you care about them and send money via Western Union, whatever means, so make whatever arrangement to ensure these persons are fed, and that these persons are fed tonight. We're not waiting tomorrow. Do it now.
And that was Deputy Political Leader Deputy Chief Secretary, sorry, political leader of the PDP and Deputy Chief Secretary, Mr. Watson Duke, over there in New York, and I mean, raising some very interesting concerns. Now, it has a lot of people confused. I don't know if you've seen that video on social media, and then everybody's like, isn't Mr. Duke a part of the Executive Council? Why would he be calling out the policymakers in a situation like this? Who arranged for these people to go to the States? There is there might be therefore that the Labor Day celebrations. No, wasn't these people presented with an itinerary for your time there in the States? Were they just handed a ticket? Were they not, given the per diem, all these things? There's so many questions. And, this sort of came out of the blue. This video was released late last night. I saw it and I was confused. And if you look at, a lot of people are asking some questions. Like, this appears to be a breakdown within the Executive Council. We have no idea what's going on. What we do know that at this point in time, there is a meeting happening, and there's a press conference scheduled for 10:30 a.m. today. So in a few hours' time, in just about an hour and a half time, we hopefully will be hearing from the Executive Council, and that this would be one of those issues that they are treating with, because as far as we know, like, I'm not too sure there was any information that went out about a contingent of 27 people going up to the States. And if there was, then I may have missed it. But, there is a question as to, why are these people there? They are performers from what Mr. Duke said. And, who arranged for them to be there? That's a lot of questions. And then why would Mr. Duke have to come out and call for people within the governance structure that he is a part of, in fact, that he's a deputy leader of? Why would he have to come out and call these people out? We are hoping that we would find some answers to these questions, and we're hoping that it doesn't mean that there's a breakdown within the Executive Council, because if there is a breakdown, then that is bad news just for the governing of the island and just for the day-to-day running of the island. The PDP administration is only 9 months old within the Executive Council, and they have accounted some problems so far for their time, and we expected it. We expected there to be teething issues. We expected that the adjustments to be perhaps a little bit tough, because all of the representatives, all of the secretaries, the assemblymen, they have not held those positions before. All of them are new. So, we expected some problems, but what we did not expect is to have a situation where, in a sense, Mr. Duke is calling out his own Executive Council. And it seems as though he's operating on his own. Now, we're hoping that that's not the case, because, like I said, if that's the case, then Tobago loses. So, we're looking forward to an explanation. Now, how do you feel about that situation? You can drop your comments down. Now, there are phone lines open. We have just a few minutes. So if you want to sneak in a phone call there, don't be afraid to sneak in. The numbers are 284-6597 or 356-8833. So give us a call and, to comment on that situation. This is some really interesting things, developments that are happening here. And, like I said, we're hoping that it isn't what it seems to be, or isn't what it's looking like to be, because we do not want to see a situation where our governance structure, our THA, is falling apart. Because the only people that loses, like I said, the only people that loses is us Tobagonians. So, and we have a lot of big things coming up. We have the carnival. We have, all those festivals. There's a lot of projects that are being planned. We have had the Chief Secretary speaking about a lot of plans, a lot of changes that he wants to make within the Assembly to make it better and for it to benefit Tobago on a greater scale. And if there is division, and that spells bad news, it means that, Mr. Augustine and the team they will not be able to accomplish what they set out to accomplish. And of course, what about the voters? The voters voted in the PDP for a change now, because that was a cry that, you know, a lot of people were unsatisfied with the previous PNM administration. So they, you know, gave the PDP an opportunity to do better and to, you know, give the island a better leadership and to make those changes so that, you know, we can have a more developed Tobago. But if this is what is happening 9 months into their stint, then we have some problems. Like I said, there is going to be a press conference scheduled for 10:30 this morning. Now, we do not know that the administration has not been very good with keeping up with their times. So, okay, we have one person on the line. Special good morning and welcome to you.
Yes, good morning. I am just giving you my view. I think it's time for this new executive to start to make heads roll. There are people within the executive as public servants who have very important roles to play, and they are undermining the executive. And I think it's time for them to just sideline them, put them aside.
All right. Well, thank you so much for that comment. And like I said, well, we just have about a minute left. So if you want to just get a comment in really quick, of course, be respectful and just be mindful of, you know, what you say. But like I said, this is a crazy situation that is developing, and we are looking forward to answers. Right, and I'm getting the wrap-up signal at this point in time, but folks, there is a press conference scheduled for 10:30 this morning. We hope it's going to start at 10:30, like I was saying before the caller called in. You know, the PDP has not been very good at keeping those times for their scheduled press conferences. So be on the lookout. Tobago Updates is going to be bringing to you live that press conference. And hopefully we can get some answers as to what's happening in New York with these 27 performers that are stuck out there without, you know, any accommodation, any food, any money to just be there. Like I said, there's a lot. There are a lot of questions that need to be answered at this point in time. And, you know, unfortunately, the PDP administration is not looking good at this moment. So hopefully they can turn things around so that we can get down to the governance of this island and we can move Tobago forward, because we only want to see Tobago move forward. All right, viewers, well, it's been an eventful morning. I want to thank you so much for being with us and for your dedication, your love and support. It is very much appreciated, and we would not be here without you. So continue to support us, and like I said, stay locked into Tobago Updates for all your updates in Tobago. I am Candice Jackson, and we will see you again tomorrow at 7 a.m. Have a wonderful and productive day.
Oh.